Hello and welcome back to one of my videos. My name is Nicolas. I'm an email marketer for fashion brands. And on this new Sunday or whatever day you're watching the video, it's a new episode of The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly, where I'm reviewing emails and emails campaigns from top brands. And in this episode, we're going to review some emails from On Running, which is a company that has been quite popular in the last few years with their running shoes and Roger Federer involvement, etc. So we'll be reviewing their emails, see what's good, what's not good, and give them a little rating at the end. So about so it's a Swiss running focused brand. They really focused first on a niche product, which was the running shoes. They wanted to make one of the best running shoes possible, and it became quite quickly a lifestyle brand. They recently launched a collaboration with the Spanish premium brand Loewe. And it's easy to recognize the shoe because it has a unique sole, which I think is patented. It's like a little 3D plastic print, which is pretty cool. And as we mentioned, it has been joined by Roger Federer quite recently, some years ago, to help bring the brand to the world, both being Swiss. It makes sense. So what will we review in this episode? The overall design of the emails, of course, the rule of one, which is an aspect of email marketing that is quite important, subject line and preview texts, copywriting, the build structure of the email, and then at the end, we'll give a final feedback and rating on the emails. So let's review the first email, and as you know, it's Loom, so it's pretty annoying to do that, but well, it is what it is. So the first email, it is a normal kind of email. It's about the new product. So they just launched the new Cloudflow 4, feeling fast for everyone, is the preview text. So a basic, little image on the top. Then you can see that it's like a text block. So it's not like image only email, which is pretty cool for deliverability and loading speed of the email. Man, woman, button, some images of the shoe, discover the tech, find your color, explore all. So overall, I think it's a pretty basic email. I would have loved to see the shoe first, as a main image, because it is about the shoe, and here you don't really know what it is. Although you've seen the headline, you don't know if it's about the shoe or if it's like a piece of apparel. And then, you don't see the shoe after scrolling quite a bit, right? So I would have loved to see the shoe first with the name of the shoe. I would have loved to see the segmentation between men and women, because although it's you have the button for men, you have the button for women, the problem here is if you click on this one, for example, you go to the men's version. And if you click on this one, you go to the woman's version. Probably because they're exclusive colors for gender. But, I think it's better when you launch products, and if you are a company as big as On, to have segmentation by gender, because it makes it more relevant. And and you can play much more on images and stuff like that. Because, for example, this color scheme might appeal more to women than men, or the reverse. So a couple of things. The image, I would focus more on the product first. Good that it's text block and not image only. I would have liked a little explanation of the tech rather than me having to go to the tech page. And then, find your color is fine. But yeah. So as main feedback, I would say, so mix of images and text block, good. Not so easy to recognize the brand. That is true. when you land on the email, you don't really know which brand it is. The logo is very small. First image should be product focused, no gender segmentation, and does like some information, because on is so much about technicality of the product, about performance. More information about the product would have been pretty interesting. So email number two. Email number two is it's an interesting one actually. I think it's a very good idea. It's how to pick your perfect pair, right? Running shoes decoded. So because On is all about running and performance, they are kind of in the niche market, but within that niche market, you have beginner runners, you have advanced runners, you have people who run every day or only on the weekend. You have people who run trail, you have people who run track. So it's a cool idea to, put an email like this, especially like for a welcome flow, for example, to give an idea of what is the best shoe for your usage, So again, a very simple image. I would like more information on the image. Find your footing, run it straightforward. I don't really know if it's good to like view all running shoes, because your objective is for people to find the perfect shoe for them. So I don't really think you need to put like a generic CTA on it. But yeah, so for easy run, you have these two shoes. For training runs, you have these two shoes. For race day, you have one shoe. So I think it's a cool idea. I think it's a very cool idea to kind of guide the user based on their level of running. So I think it's a very cool idea. What I would have loved to do, instead of having only 2 products per collection, for example, which is quite limiting, would have been for, so instead of having the email selling the products, I would have loved to have like different sections within the email saying like, so you run like sometimes, like not really a lot. And I have a little graph of who you are, like who is the person. And then having a button saying check our easy run collection. And then you have a landing page, not only a collection page, but you have a landing page explaining why these specific shoes attracts the easy run users. Same for training runs, same for the race day. So instead of selling on the email, I would have loved to get more information about usability and profile on the email, sending it to specific landing pages for a race profile, and then sell more on the landing page than on the email. But yeah, apart from that, I think the idea is cool. I think the execution is a bit lacking. Because like, for example, 2 topics just for you, like how do you know if it's for me if you don't know which type of runner I am? So I think the idea is very cool. I think it's cool to help the user decide and find out what's the best shoe for them. But I think the execution is quite poor. So again, lack of identity when opening the email. First CTA is not really useful. It's a pretty long email for mobile as well. I would have loved the simple email and landing pages with better options. And yeah, as I said, good idea, but result could be better. Reviewing email number 3. So number 3 is a limited edition email. So because they have the partnership with Roger Federer, they have like the Roger Pro email. So the design-wise is much better than the 2 previous emails, I think. You see it's like the On logo is much more visible. You see the shoe first. So design-wise, I think it's much more attractive than the other emails. Get fresh in a new colorway. That's cool. The only issue with this email is apparently, if you look at the headline, subject line, it's a limited edition color. And the problem is I don't see the limited edition here. See, it says like ultra limited colorway, but it doesn't really tell me how many there are, where can I buy it, if it's only on the website, if I can buy it at a retailer nearby my city. So I know it's ultra limited, but it doesn't really feel exclusive and limited, and also like something that I've seen on their profile and their previous emails, that there's no teasing up, you know. And usually when you do like a limited edition product, what you want is people to be waiting for it because it's limited. There is scarcity involved. There is urgency. You can say it's only 500 pairs. So people wait for it. But then they just received the limited edition email and they're like, well, that's cool. But yeah, nothing new. So it looks like it's a normal product, normal color line, no limited edition, although it says limited. So I think it's design-wise much better than the other ones. It's much more focused on the product, which is cool. You can see the product very well, but I don't feel the exclusivity of it. So yeah, much better design. It's easy to recognize the brand, straight to the point. Might lack a sense of exclusivity. Apparently, they haven't been teasing it or warming up the lists, and it doesn't look like a limited edition shoe. And the last email is a survey, which is quite important for fashion brands to do. So it's a survey they sent out to a limited list, I guess. I'm not really fan of the subject line, hey, can we pick your brain? This is pretty common sentence, doesn't really make sense. In this, I would have, hey, we love your feedback. Hey, be part of the process, stuff like that, Like, can we pick your brain? I don't know, too generic. Your opinion matters to us. I would have loved a more on-based design, or even like a text-based email would have been fine. Hey, look out for ways to improve your experience on community members. Help us make the on community even better, blah, blah, blah. Now it's a 10-minute survey. 10-minute survey is a lot. Like, I don't know because I don't have the link to the survey. But it's a lot of questions for 10 minutes. So again, like when you do surveys, be careful to not be super overwhelming, not be too long in the survey. Really think of what are the main learnings I want to get from the survey. The 10-minute survey for me is way too much, Send you a 20% discount code. Sure, that's cool. But yeah, I think a couple of comments about this before we jump on the main conclusion is, first of all, subject line is a bit boring. I would have preferred them to tell me like, hey, become part of the on process, be involved with it, with the survey, rather than really like just an opinion. You get the opinion on the review email, more on the product, but I would have loved to feel more involved, And yeah, again, the design is a bit basic, and the 10-minute survey, I think 10 minutes is very, very long. I would love to know how many people actually completed the survey from the recipients, because yeah, 10 minutes is ridiculous. But yeah, that's on. So yeah, brands should do more surveys. Actually, that's a good idea that they did the survey. I think the 10-minute survey is a bit too much, but it's good for brands to get people involved. Simple email and straightforward. I would have loved for them to explain to me why me, like why do they want my specific opinion, like which part of the group am I in? Why do they care about me? Like, is it because I've bought 3 pairs? Is it because I qualify as a race runner or things like that? So I would have loved to understand why my specific opinion and why they ask me. And yeah, maybe a bit of a lack of design. So with all the emails reviewed, so let's get into the final ratings. So overall design, it's cool. It's not like great. Doesn't really, make me wow when I open the email. But it's pretty cool. Like the photos are cool. Yeah, I mean the Roger one is the best one. The other ones are pretty basic. Rule of one, if you don't know, rule of one is one message for one audience, one action, basically. 8 out of 10. The only reason they don't have more than that is because I think they don't really segment that much. There's no like gender segmentation. And yeah, they don't really explain why you received the email if it's a limited edition, why do you qualify for the limited edition, etc. So it's good, but it can be better. Subject line and preview text. I think the overall is very good because you understand what you're getting from the email. There's no clickbait. The only thing is the survey one was very basic. That's why they're only getting 8.5. Copywriting 7.5. I think it's still pretty basic. I think for On to be so focused on running and performance and technicity, they should go more about this rather than the copywriting they have on the website, on their email. And yeah, the build structure is good. I mean, it's nothing special. Image and text is fine. Might sometimes be small on mobile because on mobile, when the one they have about the find your footing, 2 images go side by side, which is good, but it does feel quite small on mobile. So yeah, final rating is 7.9 out of 10. Obviously more good than bad, certainly not ugly. I think the emails do look good, but I think it can be a bit more, beautiful, I would say, because I think the brand is cool, the shoe is very cool, and I think design-wise they can do a bit better than what they're doing at the moment. So main takeaways from these emails: be identifiable. So we've talked about the first 2 emails not really showing it's on when you open them, like you don't really know it's from them. So they kind of need to, or you should really work on the template. And when people open the email, even though they see that it's from you, from the sender list, there is a clear identity to your email. Try to segment the genders as well. It's very important, especially if you have like a quite big list, and if you do have non-unisex collections. Limited editions need to feel exclusive. If you do limited, there is a reason why it's limited, and you need to really push that message. Don't forget to tease specific campaigns, especially if it's like limited editions. Tease out because it's limited. People will want to jump on it. And always preview on mobile. Again, whatever email you send out, do send yourself a preview on mobile. Check how it looks on mobile. The big majority of the preview you see on Klaviyo or other platforms don't look as it is really on mobile. So make sure that you check it out on mobile when you send out campaigns. And yeah, another point is do surveys. I think surveys are very good to learn about your customers, learn about the non-buyers as well, like why they haven't bought from you, to understand what you should communicate more about, if it's a size availability issue, shipping costs, etc. So do some surveys. And yeah, so about On, that's it. Let me know in the comments or by email which brand should we review next, and I will review next Sunday. And hope the video was useful for you. Hope you found some interesting things to apply to your own email campaigns. Give a like, subscribe for more email marketing tips for your fashion brands and to grow your fashion brand. Videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Send me an email or go check my last review video about cuts closing. And for now, it's all. Have a great week. Have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.